everybody, it's Lorelei and welcome back to Umineko. This time we're starting on the tea party for episode 3 and we'll end off with that mysterious scene with the witches as always, I'm guessing. But anyway, without further ado, let's just get right into today's episode. Oh, I'm excited. I don't know what's gonna happen. Beatrice. You know, I really started to warm up to her and her friendly smile, and she just betrayed my trust, and now I can never look at her the same way again.
まさか最後の最後でベルンカステル教の駒が乱入してくるとは。
あんたとのゲームにふさわしい駒を随分あちこち探し回ったの。
Sorry, searched all over the place. People told me she plucked Ange from a different dimension.
きっと気に入ってもらえると思うよ。
何よあの駒。誰よあいつ、何者よ。
But actually, because Lambda Delta is supposed to help Beatrice in this episode, I wonder what her role was, or what did she do? What pieces did she throw in? I'm not really sure myself, still, but it's interesting.
名乗らないなんてずるいわよ。ねえ、あんたもそう思うでしょ。
Hey, what do you mean she didn't say her name? Okay, that's true. She didn't say her name, but she did. I mean, you could have watched the credit scene with us, Lambda.
わらわは大体察しはついておるが、というか普通わかるであろう。
I don't think anyone would know.
普通？わかんないわよ。初登場のキャラでしょ。名乗らなかったら私もプレイヤーもみんなわかんないわよね。
レアと教えてあげなくていいわよ。ね？面白い子でしょ。
うん。ラムダデルタ教の天真爛漫にして天然なところは実に貴重で面白いものである。
She really is cute.
何よ何よ。なんで私にだけ教えてくれないのよ。意地悪。じゃあ私だけが気づいたとっておきの秘密を特別に教えてあげるわ。だから教えなさいよ。
I don't think that's a very fair exchange, to be honest.
ほう、とっておきの秘密とな。聞きたいぞ聞きたいぞ。
ビーだ。教えてほしかったら先にあの女の正体を教えるのよ。私の知った秘密はすごいわよ。何しろサンタさんの正体が実はお父さんだったってくらいすごいんだから。あら言っちゃった。ごめんなさいね。天地がひっくり返るくらいびっくりしちゃったでしょ。
ラムダのとこにはお父さんが来てたの？
来てたのってどういう意味よ。
サンタクロース教は心の綺麗な子供のところへしか訪れないのよ。
Is Berncastle saying that Santa Claus is real? Is that what it means?
あんたのとこには来なかったのね。
まあサンタクロース教は寛大であるからな。よっぽどの大悪党でもない限りプレゼントを恵んでくださるぞ。何しろわらわにもくれたくらいだからな。
So she herself is aware that she's a really bad scoundrel.
成長して心がすさんでくると来なくなるのよね。
I just wonder how I can connect this to the story. Just some thoughts here. It feels something like what Eva said before, or was it Beatrice? That as she grew older and became an adult, she forgot about the witch in her heart, or that she forgot her desire to become a witch, and it kind of parallels with this here.
レアとのとこにはいくつくらいまで来てたの？
うん、12歳くらいまでは来ておったぞ。乙女心に目覚めると急にサンタ教が来るのがなんだか恥ずかしくなってな。 これまでありがとうございました。もう結構です。だから最後のプレゼントは奮発してくださいと手紙を置いたら来なくなった。ちょっぴり期待したのだがな。ベルンカステル卿はいつくらいまで来ていたのか。
私すさんでたし、結構早かったっけ。確か9歳頃ね。なんかあのヒゲが無性にムカついて、ちょん切ってやろうと布団の中で裁縫バサミ構えて待ってたの。
What? Sewing scissors? Damn, that is wild. But that is weird. Well, not weird. That just makes me think of something.
痛いお年頃よね。
で、ラムダデルタ卿には物心ついてからサンタクロース卿がおいでになったことがないと。普通は小学校高学年から中学校くらいまでの間までは来るものであるぞ。
Honestly, that kind of makes Santa Claus sound like a creep.
ある意味お医者で見てもらった方がいいわよ。早熟すぎると心身の成長に悪影響があるらしいから。ああ、確かに出てるわね、悪影響。
何の話をしてるのよ、あんたたちは。
魔女も3人集まれば実にかしましい。
この程度のレベルの秘密じゃ聞く価値もなさそうね。私もう行ってもいい？次のゲームの準備をしなくちゃならないから。
ちょっと待ちなさいよ。あの女の正体を教えなさいよ。
じゃああなたのとっておきの秘密を先に教えなさいよ。
Wait, it just hit me. But usually this kind of scene will fall under the question mark scene, right? Usually the tea party is with Battler or another character from the novel, but this feels more like the question mark unknown scene. But of course, I don't really know what exactly those scenes really is meant to be, so maybe, I don't know, I'm just not talking about anything. But it just kind of feels weird that this is where we are seeing this scene.
見合うものだったら教えてあげるわ。
いいわよ、教えてあげるわ。とっておきの秘密なんだから。ほら、今回のゲームで黄金を見つけて新しい魔女になった子がいたでしょ。
Are we allowed to hear this?
あやつに一体どんな秘密があるというのか。
Please do share.
あの子の正体にね、私気づいちゃったの。
Wait, what do you mean?
みんなにはわかるかしら。ヒントはね、喋り方にあったのよ。
Eva?
ほら、あの子よく口にしてたでしょ。なんとかしちゃえばって。そう、この語尾がポイントだったのよ。
She hinting directly at us?
エヴァ
Eva.
エヴァ、そう、あいつの正体は後ろ宮エヴァだったのよ。
Wait. But we know that, right?
と驚いちゃったかしら。
ほう、それは気づかなかった。
She's lying. She's just playing around. Playing along with Lambda Delta's little secret.
そのようなところにヒントがあったとはな。
ベアとって付き合いがいいのね。その子増長するからほどほどになさいよ。じゃあね。
ちょっと私の秘密だけ聞いてあんたは喋んないなんてずるいわよ。あんたもあの女の正体を話しなさいよ。
あんたの秘密がすごすぎて釣り合わないわ。じゃあ代わりに私もとっておきの秘密を教えてあげるわ。日暮らしの泣く頃にってゲームの犯人の名前を教えてあげる。
No, am I gonna get spoiled here? I haven't even played it. No, right?
言わないで。私今プレイしてるとこなの。
This is too meta. I can't take it.
じゃあね、ベアと。紅茶美味しかったわ。あと、お茶菓子のクラッカーだけど、ジャムのレパートリーが足りないわ。たまにはコチュジャンでも用意しなさい。
Gochujang chili? Wait, with crackers? That sounds horrible.
ロシアンティーにもぴったりだし。じゃあね。
そうか、わかったぞ。
I think Burnt Castle has really horrible taste in food. I'm just gonna call it out right now.
試してみよう。次のゲームの準備が整ったら呼ぼうぜ。それまでゆっくり戦略でも練るがよい。
ええ、そうするわ。今回のゲームはなかなか面白かったわよ。じゃあね。
ちょっと待ちなさいよ。
いやいや、本当にお二人は仲が良い。
ええ、そうよ。大好きよ、ベルンカステル。愛してるとさえ言ってもいいわ。あの瞳をえぐり出して、私以外を映さないようにしてやりたい。
I think Lambda has been playing the Galgaze with Beatrice. She sounds exactly like a yandere right now.
それは本当に素敵よね。紅茶に沈めても素敵かもしれない。
That is so creepy.
ラムダデルタ教をここまで夢中にさせるとは、わらわも責任重大であるな。しかし今回は実に惜しかった。
I think Beatrice says that she has a heavy responsibility to carry because she's the one who introduced those games to Lambda. It's her fault.
あと一息でバトラーをコロリといけたもの。
ベアと、一個聞いていい？
なんであるか？あの女の名前は教えぬぞ。
いつまでチャラけてんのよ。
Oh, this face scared me. Not as bad as Virgilia's face, but still scary.
あんた勝つ気あんの？
Lambda Delta threatened her with a low voice that she had never used in front of Burnt Castle. It completely blew away the calm atmosphere which had been there until a moment ago.
私はね、ベルンカステルに勝てる魔女ってことで、あんたに肩入れしてんのよ。あんたにベルンカステルに勝てる力がないってんなら、いつだって私はあんたなんか見捨てるんだからね。
これは手厳しい。
They are so scary. Scary witches.
わらわの何がご不満なのか、今日もご存知の通り、わらわのゲーム版は完璧だ。ベルンカステル教には決して勝てはせん。
そうよ。あんたのゲーム版は実に見事よ。ベルンカステルが100年はおろか1000年を費やそうとも絶対に勝つことのできない、実に見事な完璧なゲーム版よ。だから私はそれを借りることの引き換えにあんたを魔女にしてやったのよ。
What? What do you mean, make you a witch? Wait, huh?
私があんたの後見人をやめれば、あんたはすぐに人間に逆戻り。
Is it because she coronated Beatrice?
どんなにすごい魔力を持っていても、あんたは仮初めの魔女でしかないことを決して忘れないことよ。
You know, I would say this is a better secret than the Eva one.
分かっておる。そなたには感謝しておる。
タメ口聞かないでよ。ベルンカステルがいるときは許すけど、いないときは許さないわ。あんた最近私の恩を忘れてるでしょ。
そんなことはありません。
What?
やっぱ気持ち悪いわ。いつもの喋り方でいい。でも口の利き方には注意してよ。私案外短気よ。話を戻すわ。あんたのゲーム版は実に完璧。ベルンカステルを容易に任すことができるでしょうよ。しかしあの子は簡単に屈服しない。何度でも挑んでくるわ。
問題はない。ラムダデルタ教のお墨付きではない。わらわのゲーム版は完璧だ。
そうよ。完璧よ。プレイヤーであるあんたも完璧ならね。
それはどういう意味か。
どういう意味？私が聞きたいくらいよ。あんたのゲームには遊びが多い。
That is true. And that's why there's always going to be an opening for us to poke through and emerge as victor. Although I will admit, I haven't come close to that yet. But by nature, by Beatrice's nature, I think it's possible to win against her, even if her game board is perfect.
それは時にベルンカステルを煙に巻くから、あんたなりの策略なんだと私も最初は思ってた。でもなんだか違う気がするの。あんた勝てる試合をもてあそんでるんじゃなくて、勝っても負けてもどうでもいいって思ってるんじゃないの？
バカバカしい。そんなことあるわけもなかろうが。
いいこと？あんたの役目はベルンカステルを屈服させることよ。つまりゲームに永遠に勝者でいること。あなたが絶対の勝者であり続けようとする限り、私は絶対の魔女としてあなたに力を与えるわ。でももしあなたが自らの敗北の可能性を否定しないような戦い方をしているなら、話は変わるわよ。
もちろんこれはゲームである。わらわが勝てばベルンカステル教が負けるように、向こうが勝てばわらわが負ける日もあるだろう。常に敗北の可能性はあり得る。だからこそわらわは。
だからあんたは使えないのよ。
He's so mean. Wait, why do I feel bad for Beatrice? I shouldn't.
あんたはゲーム版である必要なんかない。ベルンカステルを永遠にここに閉じ込める鳥かごでさえあればいいの。
Is this her yandere side? I thought she was a tsundere, but I think she's more of a yandere right now. What's going on? Why does she want to lock Bryn Castle up here?
鳥かごの役目は
Bird cage, huh?
中の小鳥を絶対に逃がさないことよ。
I'm just reminded that Beatrice essentially had a bird cage built by Kinzo. Is that what she's hinting at?
たまに抜け出せてしまうような隙間のある鳥かごに何の価値が？
無論ゲームは勝つためのもの。そしてわらわが負けることはありえない。故にわらわは勝ち続けようぞ。お望み通り。
いい返事よ。それでいいわ。策略としての遊びやフェイクは許す。今回有効だったところもあるしね。でもね、もしあなたが勝ち以外を望むような指し手をしたら、その時は素敵な覚悟をなさいね。
そのようなことはせぬ。スカウト
もともと魔女ですらないあんたがいつだって思い出させてあげるんだから。
I know she said that before about Beatrice, about her form. In that darkness with Battler, she was shocked when she looked at her form. And here again, a shabby creature. What exactly was Beatrice?
私の期待を裏切ったら、その時は楽しい罰ゲームが待ってるわよ。100億のかけら世界の中から最も惨めなかけらにあんたを送り込んで封印してあげる。
Oh, that is creepy. Lumna's face is so creepy here, but still not as creepy as Virgilia's. But she is being so... mean? Someone needs to take her down a notch.
あんたはもともとが惨めだから、惨めなかけらも実に選びがいがあるわ。
Beatrice was miserable in the first place. I feel like that is what I agree with in terms of what I've been thinking. I just don't really know where to start with this. It seems like we know a bit more about Beatrice's past, but I don't know to what extent. Am I right about? Oh man.
愛してるわ、ヘルンカステル。ベアトリーチェの鳥かごで好きなだけあがいて、もはや逃れられないことを1000年かけて知りなさい。
Why is Lambda so creepy?
そしてあなたが屈服したら、私の手のひらでしか泣けないようにたっぷりと仕込んであげるんだから。
Oh. I don't want. I'm not ready for his jump scare right now. Oh, I'm not ready. Please don't. Oh? What happened? Oh, it's so short. It's so short. What? But I'm glad there were no jump scares. That was very creepy though. I'm not ready for any jump scares. Alright, now we continue onwards with the tea party of the unhuman. It'd be interesting if things switched around and Battler appears here instead of the tea party. Oh, 12 years later? 12 years later, is this the future where Ange comes from? October 4th, 1998. It's the same time period, right? I mean, gay? A monotonous electronic sound kept on repeating. The theme of that room was so-called hygienic, emotionless, white. It was a room of a certain university hospital. An ordinary person wouldn't be able to afford the cost of even a single night in this room. A room which neither her doctors nor herself had any doubts would be the last she ever stayed in. Was the person on the bed Eva? No, is it? For some reason I thought it would be Ange. She looked haggard and aged to the point that you would not believe it was her unless you were told. But it is Eva? A well-built man in a suit, waiting in the corner near the door, was having a conversation with the outside in a low voice over the intercom. You know, I have chills right now, like immense chills running down my body right now. He was a guard protecting Eva's person. So it is Eva? After telling the person on the other end of the intercom to wait, he approached Eva's bed. Eva had been awake for a while. However, she stared at a single point in empty space as though her mind was not in the same place.
エンジェさんが下のロビーに到着しました。
Ange! It's Ange!
お通ししてよろしいですか?
For a long time, Eva didn't answer. However, bit by bit, her eyes began to regain their focus, and she gave a small nod, indicating that she didn't mind if they called Ange. Just by the way the guard called Ange, I'm guessing Ange has been here a couple times before. Eva herself had been the one to call her, and she was right on time. Eva now refused to meet anyone without an appointment made in advance. The reason the room was dark, even though it was still light outside, was because the curtains were closed. There was always one guard waiting in the room, and 3 more waiting in the corridor and the lobby. they were all there to protect Eva's person. Why? Why does Eva need protection? I can only think of a few reasons. One being that she felt like she needed to protect herself from a threat that was either existent or non-existent, and the other is that there is some danger that is present to her from a very real threat, and it's not Eva that called them to protect her, but rather someone else. But this is interesting. Eventually, there was a sound of a knock. Also, there was a message from the intercom that the guest's body check had been completed with no problems. The door was unlocked, then opened, and a woman of about high school age was standing there.
会長、エンジェさんがいらっしゃいました。
Chairman? Chairman of a company, huh? Eva reacted and turned her face towards the guest. Anyway, Eva being a chairman of any big company, I guess, would make sense that she is able to afford an expensive room in the hospital. However, instead of reacting to the guard's call, maybe it would be better to say that she reacted to the smell of Angie's makeup. Yeah, they keep saying makeup. That's the thing. I guess it's a word that they use on purpose, I'm sure. But just what does it mean? Makeup. The last time we heard of it referred to either the blood or the scene of the crime where like Rudolph's face was smashed in. But that's what I remember. Wasn't there a time in the beginning of episode 1 where Rudolph touched up his makeup or something? Oh, this is creepy. What does it mean? Having been shut up in this room for so long, Eva was sensitive to small changes in smell. But makeup can be smelled? What kind of makeup is it? I don't think it's the kind of makeup that you put for like the kind of makeup that I know or we know, but something else entirely. But that is strange that they have a vocabulary that's unique to them. Oh, everything is so strange.
来たわね、
Oh wow.
エンジ。
Your voice is so low.
来たわ。呼ばれたから。
On Eva's face, you couldn't find the expression of one warmly welcoming their niece. And on Angie's face, you couldn't see the expression of one pleased to see their aunt. Eva waved her hand, which had grown as thin as a withered branch, and motioned for the guard to leave. The guard bowed silently and went out into the hall.
暗い上に空気もひどいわ。カーテンでも開けたら。
そうすると、あんたの依頼した殺し屋が窓越しに撃ってくるって寸法なのかしら。
Oh wow. Did Eva really murder her entire family? But she wasn't caught? And now Angie is trying to seek revenge? To kill her?
あんたの暗殺依頼なら、私が受けたいわ。家でのんびり、ほんの一月も過ごしてれば、勝手に任務が終わるもの。
Because Eva's gonna die? In a way, it feels like there is a parallel between Eva's situation and Kinzo's. They are both dying. Their discussion was quite morbid for an aunt and niece. However, they didn't look like they were joking. At the very least, Eva did believe that someone was after her life, and that's why she has many bodyguards around her, I guess. All of the Ushiromiya family's massive fortune had come into the possession of Ushiromiya Eva. It was said that this fortune also included the 10 tons of hidden gold that Ushiromiya Kinzo was rumored to have kept concealed. They could do nothing while this vast wealth was in the hands of the cunning, sly, and extremely suspicious Eva. But it was rumored that if it passed on to Angie, who was no more than a young girl, certain people were plotting to snatch it away at once. By now, Eva and Ange were Kinzo's only descendants. If Eva died, all of the wealth would go to Ange. And if Ange were to be killed as well, that wealth would go to the family of Ange's mother, Heya. In this sense, not only Eva but Ange as well was in a position where it wouldn't be odd at all for her life to be targeted by some unknown person. But isn't Heya dead? I mean, Heya is not Kinzo's descendant, but I don't know. And Eva had hated Ange for a long time because, after losing her precious only son George, she had learned that the only one who had survived to inherit her own wealth was Ange, who had been absent from that family conference 12 years ago. Eva shunned Ange, hated her, even detested her. It doesn't seem like Eva murdered her family though. It seemed like something else happened there. I don't think Eva's the culprit in this case then. But something happened. I mean, why would Eva kill her own son? She isolated Ange in a special school, separated her from the youth and happiness normal people have, trying to deprive her life of all opportunity. Oh, that is so hateful. However, Eva had succumbed to an incurable illness, and ironically, her remaining life was estimated to be the same as Kinzo's had been at that family conference 12 years earlier. Both Eva and Ange hated each other. Even though they were each other's last blood relatives, they hated each other so much that they hoped that the other would die quickly.
それでわざわざ呼びつけてなんのよ。
私はもう長くないわ。やぶ医者どもは未だに私が盛られた毒が何かも検出できない。
Although I'm not sure if Eva really was poisoned, or that's her own, suspicion.
わかってるの。きっと某国の諜報機関で使われてた秘密の暗殺薬なのよ。
She sounds delusional, but she might be right. I'm not sure.
私は殺されるのよ。殺されるのよ。
I'm gonna take this hospital scene as a hint that this is what Kinzo's mind was going through at that time. That he thought he was gonna be killed and assassinated. I'm not sure.
よかったわね。もうじき死ぬわよ。そうすれば、さぞやあなたの胸がすくでしょうね。
I'm sure this is what Kinzo was thinking as well when his kids were discussing the inheritance.
かわいそうな人。
This always happened. She immediately deviated from the main topic, distorting it into a more unsettling discussion. Eva, who was full of suspicion, believed that someone was always after her life. Indeed, after inheriting the vast wealth of the Ushiromiya family, she had used wild methods just like Kinzo had done in the past, and had repeatedly made money by any means necessary, creating many enemies along the way. With a massive supply of capital, she had launched aggressive takeovers against businesses which were starting to have rapid growth, making them buy it back at a high price under the guise of reconciliation. Ironically, it was the same type of action that her husband's company had been hit with 12 years ago. She had repeated this constantly for the past 12 years. She had also earned a lot of hatred. It's just a wonder that with so much money, with as much money that Eva had after accumulating the gold, the money from Kinzo's inheritance, that she would still want to earn even more money at the expense of her own safety, of her own life, at the expense of creating enemies along the way and ruining other people's lives. It's such a mystery. If her husband had heard of this from beyond the grave, he might have defended her, saying that this was because of the loneliness from losing her family. The moment I read the line, if her husband heard this from beyond the grave, tears started coming to my eyes. Because Hideyoshi was a good guy. That would believe in his wife, in Eva, 100% without any doubt whatsoever. Like, that is how much he loves her, I think. Oh my god. I didn't want to talk about it. Now I have tears. However, no one who knew her now would come to her defense. For some time, Eva waxed eloquent about how exactly her life was being targeted, listing off names of people who likely held hatred for her, and sneering at the fact that she still hadn't been killed. Even when Ange heard her own name included in that list, her expression did not change significantly, and she waited indifferently for Eva to tire herself out.
私はね、憎いのよ。あんたが。
光栄ね。私もよ。
ジョージのために築いた未来だった。それをあんたにかすめ取られるなんて。ルドルフの娘に奪われるなんて。私は悔しい。子も残せず、財産すらも奪われるなんて。それが私には許せない。
I'm just wondering about it, but it's one thing that she built this future for George's sake, but why is she so angry at Rudolph's kid, at Angie, who has done nothing wrong? I get that on one hand, she's probably very upset that Rudolph will have his daughter grow up into a human, what am I saying? Into an adult and live the rest of her life. But for George, that he would never be able to experience his life to the fullest after what had happened. I mean, he's dead. But maybe that's why Eva hates Angie, that she finds it unfair that everything that she built for, that she has done for George, can never come to fruition, and she will never have that joy or happiness of seeing her own child grow up. Maybe it's something like that.
だったら財産全部お布施にでもしちゃえば。お百度踏んでた宗教系の連中はどうしたのよ。
Religious people.
連中はみんな言うのよ。多すぎる財産が私の負担になっているって決まって、だから預けて清める必要があるとか言い出すのよ。それで思いついたのよ。寄付はやめたわ。
For a time, Eva had invited in the founders of several strange new religious cults, perhaps looking for peace in her heart. But in the end, they did not give her heart any relief, and only further increased her suspicion.
お金が余ってるならサラブレッド買い占めてコンビーフでも作れば。
それよりもっと面白いことを思いついたのよ。いろいろ悩んだわ。
Is she gonna create a murder game? Is that what Kinzo was thinking?
どうやればあなたをひどい目に遭わせられるかをね。殺してしまおうとも思ったわ。あるいはすべての財産を消し去り、あなたを無一文にして後ろ宮家から叩き出してやろうかとも思ったわ。
Why not just do it then? Just remove her from the Ushinomiya family register. Because I don't think Angie really cares about all of that.
素敵でしょ。お上品に育てられたご令嬢が腐ったパンや泥水を這いつくばって漁り回るのよ。ああ、それも実に素敵だわ。
楽しい？
楽しいわ。あなたを怯えさせるのはね。でももうじき私は死ぬわ。だから私が死んだ後もどうやってあなたを苦しませ続けるか考えたの。そうしたら案外単純なことだったわ。それをあなたに話したくて呼んだのよ。
そろそろ中間近いんだけど、手短にね。
あな すべての財産を相続することにしたわ。
So that's her plan. Well, that does have a lot of burden on it.
へえ。
それどころか私が死ぬ最後の一日までどこまでも財産を増やして膨れに膨らませてあなたに相続することにしたのよ。それがどういうことか想像がつくかしら。
I wonder if she's saying that that money, that wealth, that fortune that she has amassed has become an immense burden on her. I mean, it has been the cause of her suspicion, of the worries and concerns in her heart. I think she has a miserable time living with this amount of money. And I wonder if that's why she wants to give it all to Angie, to make her feel the same pain that she has felt for the past 12 years.
わかんないわ。バカだから。
Yes, the witch laugh.
そうよね。わかんないでしょうね。楽しみにしてなさいよ。本当に楽しいわよ。お金持ちは。毎日日本中の妖怪が朝から晩まで遊びに来るわよ。あんたの私生活はこれからはすべてワイドショーと週刊誌が覗き見してくれるわ。何をしてもしなくてもマスコミは必ず私を批判する。施せばブルジョワだと叩かれ、渋れば主戦度だと罵られる。ああ、本当に素敵な毎日よ。そんな日々に若くて先の長いあなたをぜひ招待してあげようと思いついたの。本当に素敵でしょ。
あんたのしてきたことに対する世間の正当な評価でしょ。
そうね、そうでしょうね。いいわ。好きなだけ私を罵るといいわ。そしてその評価をあなたが背負うのよ。製品が善人、金持ちは死ねというのが日本の文化。
Is that true? Actually? I've never heard of this before.
あんたはやがて何をしてもしなくても日本中から妬みと恨みの象徴に祭り上げられていく。そんな生活の中で生きていくあなたのこれからの人生はどんなにもいびつなものなのかしらね。あんたの味方は誰もいない。あんたの悩みなど誰も聞かない。あなたを罵ることは公然としたスポーツになる。そしてそれを誰も止めない。ああ、エンジェ。
No, I'm sure things would have turned out different if Hideyoshi or George was still around. I think Eva wouldn't be so bitter and suspicious all the time because she would still have someone that she loves and that loves her comfort her, or that she can talk about her worries with. I don't think she has any remaining support in her life, and that's why she became so bitter.
ああ、本当に楽しみよ。あんたはどんな人生を送ってどう終えるのかしら。世界中の誰も信用できず、誰も愛せず、誰とも語り合えない人生をたっぷり満喫しなさい。その苦労話を持って地獄へ落ちてくるのを私はのんびりと待っているわ。
Her insane laughter turned into a painful cough. Without changing her expression in the slightest, looking completely unconcerned, Angie stared at the only survivor of Rokkenjima. Perhaps because... Wait. Oh, wait. But I know in the last game, Eva was the only one to make it out alive. But what about the first game and the second game where no one was alive? I don't get it. I don't. But perhaps because he found the violent coughing odd, the guard flew in as he gave a short knock on the door. Angie glanced at him, wordlessly showing that she hadn't moved a step from where she had been. Angie was prepared for some kind of trap to frame her in Eva's death. However, that was fortunately a needless anxiety. As the guard rubbed Eva's back, he poured hot water from a thermos into a mug. As he did, Eva kept coughing, looking like she was in pain. I wonder what exactly she got sick with. She says it's a poison, but I don't know. Angie thought that this was probably the final form of the witch of Rokkenjima and the last she would be able to see. Sorry, the witch? Now I'm just even more confused. So Angie is saying that Eva is the witch of Rokkenjima. And why? Because she was the murderer? I don't get it. Eventually, Eva was able to moisten her throat and regain her normal breathing. However, the glittering madness inside her eyes hadn't subsided in the slightest.
呪われた莫大な黄金と後ろ見焼け同士の家督。
You know, I hope the voice actress for Eva earns lots of big money from this project and her future projects because she's so damn good at voice acting. She's so good at it. How can she sound like three? Well, she has done so much for Eva's character and Beatrice. And she sounds so good playing Eva, the sick Eva here as well. God.
そして黄金の魔女ベアトリーチェの名を今こそあなたに譲るわ。
Or is it just Eva's delusion that she is Beatrice? Because right now, she's saying exactly that. That she has the title of the Golden Witch, Beatrice, and now she's gonna hand it over to Angie, who is going to inherit the Ushiromiya headship and all the gold.
魔女の名にふさわしい狂って歪んだ生涯を楽しみなさい。
そんなのいらないわ。それより教えて。あの日、六軒島で何があったの？事故があったなんて、私は信じない。
Angie doesn't even know. Oh, no one knows what happened.
あの日に何があったのか、父さんと母さんと兄さんがどうして死んだのか、本当のことを教えて。
Gonna cry. Hearing Angie call Battler Nissan is making me cry. What? I'm not over that. This setting is hitting me harder than I thought it would be. But no one knows what happened that day. I think we have to go back and consult Maria's notebook pages in a wine bottle.
ああ、それが一番の嫌がらせよね。あの日に何があったか。
Why doesn't Eva want to say?
1986年の今日、何があったのか。なんて言葉を残して3人が死んだのか。知りたいわよね。教えないわよ。呪われた黄金は残す。でもね、あんたが望む真相は私が地獄まで持っていくわ。
I'm just thinking here, but Eva calls it cursed gold, right? Obviously something bad happened after she got her hands on the gold. Something must have happened that I don't think it's really necessarily Eva's fault. I don't think Eva killed the people on the island. But something happened after she found the gold, I think. Or that something happened because everyone was fighting for the gold. Yeah.
それがあんたにできる一番の嫌がらせよ。悔しい？聞きたければ地獄まで行ってあんたの家族に聞いてみるといい。なら今すぐ死なないとね。今すぐへそでも噛んで死んじゃえば。
That laugh continued until she started coughing again. And that cough did not subside until she started moaning and going into convulsions. She's not gonna die here, is she? October 4th, 1986. On Rokkenjima, the Ushinomiya family's customary and final family conference was held. And on the next day, October 5th, an extremely unfortunate accident occurred, and the Ushinomiya family the family was wiped out. As good luck would have it, Ushinomiya Eva escaped from that and succeeded almost all of the Ushinomiya family's fortune. But she's not happy about it. I don't think she is. However, due to the many turbulent rumors surrounding the Ushinomiya family, the way Eva acted afterwards, and her unnatural actions at the time of the unfortunate accident, there was public controversy over whether this might have been a plot to get all of the inheritance for herself. Under pressure from the public, prosecutors attempted numerous investigations, and the media began tracing the outline of the murder plot under the name of Rokkenjima Gate. Rokkenjima Gate, okay. But in the end, they were not able to find sufficient proof that this unfortunate accident was a crime. However, because the media continued to give the impression that Rokkenjima Gate was a murder plot by Eva, public opinion began to believe that she was the true culprit. I think it would make sense in that situation that Eva being the only person to come out alive and the very suspicious circumstances that she was found in, that she would be identified as the main culprit, or definitely at least a person of suspect. But from the way Eva talks about it, and especially her beloved husband and son being murdered, I don't think it's her. It doesn't make sense that it's her. Of course, all of the easily condemnable overbearing financial activity which she had carried out using that vast wealth left a bad impression that only made matters worse. Every time she did something and the rumors started spreading, the talk shows would bring back Rokkenjima Gate, blaming the justice system by saying that she was the true culprit, and that the only reason that she hadn't been arrested was because even the police had been bribed. And the impression that she was an evil criminal grew stronger and stronger. Her heart eventually degenerated, and ironically, it began to transfigure her into the kind of human that the public expected. Poor Eva. By now, Eva had no one she had trusted, and no family. What's the sound? Rain? Her beloved husband, Hideyoshi, was already no more, and the talk shows would occasionally mention his company, saying that it was run recklessly, while criticizing and disgracing its former accomplishments. Even her beloved son George was dramatized as the stereotypical rich, lazy son that the public expected, and no one even attempted to find out what a simple and honest character he had possessed. As to how much all of this hurt Eva and ran her to ruin, no one was interested. That's true. Eva is pretty horrible as a character, but the one thing that I think no one can deny is her immense love for Hideyoshi and George. No one can deny that, and losing her husband and her son all in one night, I'm sure must have hurt her, traumatized her to no end. That being the only survivor of this horrible nightmare that is Rokkenjima, she must have blamed herself every single day. She must have lost so much sleep, and I'm sure she probably have thought that it would be better if she had died that night alongside her husband and her son. Why am I crying because of Eva again? I don't really like Eva as a character, but her troubles and her life really, it messes with me so much. I feel so sorry for Eva. But I cry some more. In any case, the more I talk about this, the more I really don't believe Eva was the culprit. The public was only interested in the idea of an evil woman who has gone so far as to kill her whole family to become a multimillionaire, and in what kind of pitiful final years she would lead. So she changed more and more, until eventually, Eva's personality was transfigured to the point that she was treated as a lunatic. It was said that she sometimes remembered that this was exactly the same way her father, Kinzo, she had once admired, had been in his later years, and laughed at herself with scorn. And on the day of the final family conference, because Ushinomiya Rudolph's daughter, Ange, had been sick and had stayed with her mother's family, she had not participated. At the age of 6, she lost her family and gained Eva as her guardian. Since Ange had become Eva's only blood relative, Eva took very good care of her. She had imposing guards always surrounding Ange's person to prevent her from coming to harm. Ange had even her right to play with friends, to come home from school together, and to enjoy the seasons together, stolen, so that she can live a full and pleasant school life. Eva sent Ange to an elegant boarding school which took care of her every need, completely isolating her from the world. She didn't even know the popular songs that girls her age might hum. She was never once given a chance to enjoy window shopping with her friends or stuff her mouth with crepes, much less an encounter with a member of the opposite sex to make her heart throb. Ange did not have a single friend. I think it's still kind of up in the air for me, personally, what Eva's true intentions was. Is Eva really someone who is so horrible that she wants to make Ange's life a living hell? Or did it come from a place more of trying to protect Ange because she knows that Ange would be next in line to inherit, and she wants to protect her in a very odd way? In a way that's kind of like how that Rosa treats Maria, in a very odd kind of way, like a misplaced love. I don't know whether it's that or if it's really from the bottom, the hatred at the bottom of, from the bottom of Eva's heart. It's still kind of up in the air for me. If anyone carelessly acted friendly with Ange, they would be scolded by the guards or else the teachers. All of them were strictly ordered not to let the peasants approach the daughter of the esteemed Ushinomiya family. During that time, the talk shows were always talking about Ushinomiya Eva and always spreading rumors about her many financial evil deeds. Those who found out that she was her daughter naturally began to keep their distance. Even now, she was called a witch at school, and anytime something adverse happened, it was basically whispered as truth that the school was operating according to her wishes and that she had something to do with it. The environment makes the person. I 100% agree here. Exactly, 100% agree. By now, she had a heart as hardened as those around her feared. She trusted no one and didn't even try. Talking about Ange here? She loved no one and didn't even try. And on top of all of this, when Eva caught an incurable illness, it was whispered that this too had been planned, and this time Ange was set up as a mastermind. Everyone whispered that the daughter of a witch was a witch. Even the talk shows and the weekly magazines whispered that. So Ange too, because of that, no, as though it might as well be true, accepted it. Therefore, since she already believed that she was a witch, when she heard the name of the Golden Witch was being turned over to her, she felt nothing if not completely unfazed. I strongly think that the title of a witch is really nothing more than just a title, and there is no such thing as witches or magic. But if you're in such a bizarre situation, this would be nothing to you. However, she was at least sure of one thing. This title of witch that she had inherited would definitely never be inherited by anyone else. She would be the last head of the Ushiromiya family and the last isolated Golden Witch. What a story. Are we ending? No. Thank God. I don't want this to end. I want to see more. Ange could be seen on the roof of a skyscraper. Compared to the winds of the world which had been beaten down upon her until now, this strong, cold wind was warm and pleasant. Below her lay a beautiful nighttime scene and a dazzling river of red and white lights. It was a clear sky tonight, but there really should have been countless stars stretching out over the sky. However, the light from the ground was so bright, you couldn't see them at all. Ange couldn't help but think that what she really sought lay somewhere in that unseen starlight. The world of reality below her looked so far away from here. This place felt to her as the closest to the world she should really be in. There was only one thing that Ange cursed. Why had I not been able to go to that family conference on that day 12 years ago? If I had gone, I would probably have been able to play with my family forever. Recently, I've been having a dream about my family over and over again. Is that what it is? That's why we have the repeating game boards? Is that how Ange has been participating in them? It's all just a dream? Maybe it's a sort of relief for Ange. Myself of 12 years ago calls out frantically, urging them not to go to the family conference. What is this track? Wingless. But both mom and dad are too far away, and my hand won't reach them. Guys, I cannot take this. It's like every sentence I read, I'm gonna start crying. Not that I'm already not crying, but you know what I mean. I'm choking up at every sentence. I can't believe I missed Battler's stupid face. I reached for the hand of Battler Nissan, who always really loved me, for the hand that would always pat my head. But even though it looks like it's so close to reaching, even that falls short. For some reason, I started having that dream over and over again. Whenever I have that dream, I repeat my useless effort inside the dream, trying to stretch out my hand even more forcefully. If only Battler Nissan, at least, would have lived. So hard for me. I'm trying to collect myself. It's not really working. Then perhaps, at least, the two of us could have supported each other through life in this cold and lonely reality. So hard to read. But his hand never reaches me. So even if I climb to the roof of a building as tall as this one, I'm distantly separated from all of them. A mysterious girl appears in my dreams and urges me, Castle. That girl in my dream urges me to arrive at the truth of what happened 12 years ago.
父さんたちにあの日何があったのかを知ることができたなら帰ってきてくれるの。せめて誰かが。
There was no way that anyone existed who could answer those words. I understand. In this world, I have no family, no friends, no one. So, let's go. Let's go home. To where my family is. Is she gonna throw herself off? Is that how she broke in? I don't know. Sorry, I'm not sure how to feel about anything. From the beginning, Ange's figure had been on the far side of the fence. The scenery below her eyes was distant, beautiful, and so fantastical that it did not give rise to the slightest bit of fear. If I face down, I'll surely be taken to the world below. So I faced up because I wanted to be taken to the world above, the world where my family was. Can't take this. Eva said that Ange should go to hell to meet her family in hell, but Ange here believes her family is in heaven, and so she's facing up above at the sky. Oh my god. I don't think I've cried so much since the beginning of episode 3. Who cares about vast wealth? Who cares about cursed gold? Who cares about the golden witch Beatrice? What I really want isn't something that even a mountain of gold will help me obtain. What I need for that is just a small amount of courage to take a single step forward. Just then, I definitely heard a voice. I knew that voice. That voice had always called to me in my dreams. Her, Castle. Before my eyes, in other words, in midair above that jet-black nighttime scenery, there was the figure of that girl I had seen in my dreams. She spoke again with the same voice I had heard inside my dreams.
あなたの助けが必要なの。私の助け？誰が？あなたの家族がよ。あなたの家族が永遠に12年前の今日から明日に閉じ込められているの。それを救えば私の家族は帰ってくるの？
When I asked the question I most wanted to ask, the girl cruelly stopped talking and hung her head.
それは約束できないの。敵は黄金の魔女ベアトリーチェ。強大な相手よ。私には太刀打ちできない。でも同じ黄金の魔女ならなんとかなるかもしれない。
Another golden witch? Beatrice?
何の話かわからないわ。1986年のベアトリーチェに太刀打ちできるのは1998年の最後のベアトリーチェだけ。
Beatrice, right?
つまりあなたよ。
What? Huh? No, what? Oh, is it because, Eva gave the title over to Ange?
エンジェベアトリーチェ。
What?
12年前の魔女が私の家族を奪ったの。そう、あなたの仇にあたる。あなたに常に孤独な未来を強いる元凶よ。私の家族の仇。見返りにあなたの望む最も理想的な世界、家族の帰ってくる世界のかけらを探してあげるの。でも必ず希望が叶うと約束はできない。 1986年のベアトリーチェのゲーム版はあまりに完璧。今日の手土産にその理想のかけらを持参しようとしたんだけれど、未だに見つけられないの。かなりの強固な運命よ。ラムダデルタと戦った時以来のね。
何を言ってるのかわからない。
あなたに復讐のチャンスを。見返りにあなたが享受できる可能性の中で最も幸せな結末を探して持ってくることを約束するわ。
Despite how much I cry every time I read Umineko, I have a feeling after I finish this, probably a year from now, I'm gonna bawl for 1 week straight afterwards, and I'll have a gaping void in my heart after that. I can already feel it coming.
復讐徒労になるかもしれない。仮に復讐を成し遂げられたとしても、家族が帰ってくる絶対の保証はない。奇跡的確率でせいぜい一人を連れ戻せるかどうかよ。
Everything ties back to probability, and for Bekestel, she's the witch of miracles, right? Angie now understood the meaning of that dream. That dream where it seemed that, with just a little bit more, her hand might at least be able to reach Battler Nissan.
奇跡的な確率でも、それはゼロよりは高いのよね。1% くらい。
あらゆる可能性の数値は結果の前に無力よ。だからその数字を私には語ることができない。
I don't really get this point about how all probability values are powerless before the result. What does she mean? Does she mean that you need the result first? I don't quite get it.
でも私が何もしないよりは絶対にわずかに可能性がある。
あなたが希望を捨てない限り、ただし覚悟して、それは限りなくゼロに近い。
いいわ、乗るわその話。
いいのよ。多分もう二度とここへは帰ってこれないわよ。
ここは私のいるべき世界じゃないわ。そして私のいるべき世界は私が自分で探す。あなたの名前を聞かせて。
奇跡の魔女ベルンカステル、そして我があなたを黄金の魔女エンジェ・ベアトリーチェだと認めるわ。今こそあなたは本当の魔女よ。
The instant she proclaimed that I was a witch, I felt dizzy, as though something inside me had changed. Just then I heard a slam. It was the sound of a door connecting the staircase to the roof being opened. Oh, wait, why is everything... Oh, wait, I'm not clicking anything!
20マルタイ発見、屋上応援求む。エンジェさん、探しましたよ。そこは危ないですから早くこちらへ。
I couldn't read fast enough. Oh no.
あれ、
ファンクラブよ。私結構モテるの。
捕まる必要はないわね。行きましょう。
The true end of episode 3. Oh shit. Oh my god. I feel like a broken man right now. gunshot. It's a gunshot. That's why it's breaking? I thought it was over. It's not over. Looking annoyed, Castle turned on her heels. In the jet black sky, watching that perfectly casual gesture, I felt her as though it was
エンジェさん待ちなさい早まるな危ない
ああ、ダメね。全然ダメ。じゃあまたね。See you again.
He sounds exactly like Butler.
迎えにはリムジンをよこしてちょうだい。みんなも一緒だから。じゃあね。
エンジェさん
What an ending. New game board added. Alright, let's go through the game board. I'm just so blown away by everything that happened. I'm curious to see what a new screen is like. We're back again. Config? Ever have config? I don't know. We have new things. Let's look at it first. Episode 4, Alliance of the Golden Witch. Good morning. I could never have imagined that you would not have surrendered by now. At this point, even I must expect great things from you. A game is played not only on the board. Perhaps this time you should take a small peek beyond its borders? As they say, if you know your enemy, you need not fight 100 battles. The difficulty level depends upon you. Now you have chosen to battle up until now with... how you have chosen to battle up until now will influence the difficulty. Right, they're saying it depends on how stupid I am and how much I have connected the dots and how wild I have gone with my cooking. I feel like that's what they're telling me. And I'm sorry that I messed up and fumbled with the words, but the cursive is kind of hard for me to read. This is interesting. This is so interesting. Characters. Episode 3. Of course we have to go through them. Ange! Rudolph and Kitty's daughter, Battler's younger half-sister. She didn't get to see Battler often, but they got on extremely well and she greatly respected him. Since she was absent due to illness during the family conference, she always survives in solitude. Unfortunately, she has become emotionally disturbed, always carries a huge amount of cash with her, and has a bad habit of throwing it around to make sure she never has to wait. Really? It doesn't really sound like the Ange we know. But, well, we don't really know much about her so far. Shot and killed by Ushiomiya Eva inside the mansion. The murder weapon was a sawed-off rifle from Kinzo's collection. Jessica lost her eyesight. There was only her and Battler. Wolves and sheep puzzle. Thank you for the hint. I'm gonna have to think about it. What do they mean by the wolves and sheep puzzle? Which one is the wolf, right? Who is the wolf in this scenario? Jessica is a sheep. Okay, we gotta think about this more. Corpse discovered in a rose garden arbor. The cause of death is assumed to be strangulation by a cord-shaped object. A stake-shaped weapon was sticking out of his thigh. If not for the epitaph, stakes wouldn't even be needed. What a pain. Natsuhi is the same. Exactly the same. Why does the epitaph even need to be followed in the first place? Again? Everything is a hint. Jessica. Missing. She's missing. She was indeed joined with Canon in the Golden Land. They apologized to each other for their cowardice and told each other their true, honest feelings, and they hugged each other until the final moment. Afterwards, she was chewed to bits by demons and went to hell. It's okay. Canon is with her. This is new. Anyway, the murder weapon is assumed to be a gun or spear-shaped object, which is the same way that the first killings went down. In exchange for his soul, the witch granted him an 8-digit number. 07151129. When spoken, a small golden land will be opened. Small golden land? Is the golden land the land of the dead? But we still have to uncover what is the truth behind this number. There must be a meaning, but it might be one that you need knowledge of Japanese to solve. Could be. Interesting nonetheless. I'm so paranoid. I'm trying to execute everyone twice. Enzo's third child. Lost his former wife Asumu 6 years ago and married his current wife Kiria straight after that. I wonder why they put Asumu's name in Japanese there though. Might be interesting to see what it actually means, but from my meager knowledge, it seems like it means tomorrow's dream. Oh. Yeah, it's the same way he went out as the beginning. One less push and he too would probably have been home free, but at the last possible moment, she did not permit him that. So curious what they mean by that. I want to see Ange, a final witch born in 1998. Sorry, wait, born? Oh wait, I thought they meant her birth year. No way. No way, absolutely no way. But the final witch, named by Eva as her successor and accepted with Castle as her guardian. She's starting from zero as a witch, but as her body is located 12 years in the future, possesses ultimate magic resistance that prevents her from being targeted by any of Beatrice's magic. Additionally, completely converts her older brother's magic resistance. He has a natural talent for attacks against magic type. Her potential in both attack and defense is of the highest level, but the distance is great. 12 years really is. They're saying she's from the future. Oh god. I'm just thinking about it, about what the witches are. She is the witch of certainty. I wonder if she's not exactly a person or a witch, but rather a concept, since she is highly respected even by humans, and for many years, right, she has existed. Between miracles and certainty, which one would humans like to believe in? Let's look at the tips. Epitaph here is the same as always. And one thing different is the letter from the witch, which is... There's only one letter, whereas before we have always been given more than just one, maybe up to 4 letters. I think in episode 2 there were 4, but here we only have a single letter. In any case, here it says that the game I seek is whether or not you can solve the riddle of the epitaph, not whether or not you can catch me. But the most interesting thing is that Eva did solve the portrait, but the killings continued, right? So what is happening? Just what is happening. Combined with what it says in the character menu, it seems like whoever is the culprit, whether this time or whatever. Okay, it's just kind of confusing, but whoever was the culprit this time is completely disregarding the rules of the game and doesn't care that even though the epitaph has been solved, they're gonna keep killing people. And if we look at the witch's score sheet, the 6 first seems standard, always chosen by the key. But for the second Twilight, it was sacrificed for the sake of the new witch. So, something different is going on this time compared to the previous 2 times. I think I'm gonna go back and see episode 2 and 1's second Twilight, but I'm pretty sure it does not say sacrifice for the sake of the new witch. And everything else after, from the 4th to the 8th Twilight, is the same. I think the 9th Twilight is the same as well. But afterwards, the killings continued as per usual. But Jessica is the only one who went missing. Everyone else died, but Jessica is missing. And she was invited into the Golden Land. I don't know. I think I say this a lot, but I don't know. Jessica went missing when everyone else is dead. But Eva is the only one that returned to life. Missing means that she is still ambiguously not dead. But I'm pretty sure in episode 1, there were more of them that went missing, or their bodies were missing, but you could conclude that they were probably dead, maybe? Any case, this is the very, very special one with Eva solving a riddle and returning from Rokkenjima alive. And now she has all the gold and magic. So there are a lot of new differences here compared to the previous games, and it is mind-blowing. In the noble families of witches, family secrets are often inherited by a single child to prevent the unchecked propagation of hidden arts and decline of quality. It is the same with the endless witches, where the greatest hidden art goes to a single child, and the predecessor retires after passing it on, protecting even more strongly against the spread of the hidden art. Custom takes that a witch from another sect must make a recommendation for the succession. Eva's reference was Lambda Delta, and Angie's reference was Bernkastel. It is unknown who recommended Beato. Furthermore, during the story, Beatrice passed on her name as well, but this custom only began recently. The predecessor was the original Beatrice, and all endless witches before her had different names. After that, it became customary that the name was also inherited, and Eva, following that tradition, gave Angie the name of Beatrice. It's strange that Eva followed the tradition, considering what went down on the island, right? I would feel that she would hate that title more than anything, but I don't know, it kind of seems like she is following that custom here. Seems like she kind of accepts it, I think. I understand what it's talking about in the succession of the witch. I just don't know to what extent I can trust it. Are they saying that Ushinomiya family is a noble family of witches? That they are witches? That they believe in witchcraft? I mean, the fact is that in many parts of the world today, we still have witches, witchcraft, and the like, and families who do practice magic in that sense, and that exists, that people pass on that kind of title, the hidden art, and see, whether you have the ability to call upon the gods and so on. I mean, that much is true. And I don't know whether it's something like that or if it's something really more fantastical, but in case, it's interesting. And I'm starting to feel like the predecessor, Virgilia, is kind of a suspicious character. I mean, the whole thing about the name being passed on only started from her. So Beatrice was her original name, and the Beatrice that we know, Beato, has inherited that name. But we don't really know what was Beatrice's original name. I think maybe we might find out, like the way we don't know Canon's real name. We might find out one day. Let's continue with the Schiester Sisters Imperial Guard Corps. An Imperial Guard Corps formed by the Dragon King Pendragon in some celebration of the Red Dragon's flight and composed only of sisters. They were originally subordinates of the Dragon King, but because of a long relationship with past Beatrices, he permitted 2 of the Imperial Guard soldiers to be lent out. But by past Beatrices, isn't there only 2 of them? Which is Virgilia and Beato? The sisters are beings with false life created by magic. For that reason, sisters with a great variety of personalities are even now being created as their numbers continue to increase. Manifesting into the human world requires a great cost, and summoning them is difficult even without taking their tremendous fighting power into consideration. For this reason, they are often summoned as honor guards in special ceremonies. I sometimes feel like Battler because I just kind of stop thinking. But I'm just gonna absorb all of this information and try to make sense of it along the way, maybe. The Schiester Sisters' golden bow, one of the pieces of sniping equipment belonging to the Schiester Sisters' Imperial Guard Corps. The arrow's trajectory can be controlled at will, but it takes a special talent and special training to master its true potential. Therefore, the equipment itself is a sign of a high-class sniper's prestige. It is a masterpiece of anti-armor sniping bow, capable of penetrating a wide variety of armors and barriers, and with a rich variety of selectable ammunition for the arrow's warhead. Furthermore, the ones primarily used throughout the story were wire-guided winged piercing rounds. Because they are wire-guided, they are capable of highly deceptive long-distance precision sniping in complicated indoor terrain battles. There is a lot of guns and stuff in this story. I'm lost. I'm very lost. I need a lot of hand-holding. I'm very lost. I think we should start with how much I cried reading that. Am I soft? I'm very soft. I'm so soft that I melt into a puddle when someone as mean as Eva starts looking even a slight bit pitiful. And I'm not just sad for Eva, but I'm so sad for Angie as well, who lost her entire family that one night. I think I said this a lot already, but my heart really goes out to them, and I'm sure that one day they will find their own happiness again. It's so sad. It tugs at my heartstrings so much. But okay. With that out of the way, let's talk about other interesting stuff. The other thing is regarding the witches is Lambda Delta and Beatrice's dynamic. Lambda said that Beatrice is only a temporary witch, and thanks to Lambda too. And with this, Lambda seems to have a lot of power over Beatrice. I mean, even with the thing with the respect, right? And maybe it's because, I don't know, Beatrice lost her powers after transferring her title of Golden Witch to Beatrice. But could it be something else? Beatrice, what are you? Are you a human? You're just a human, right? I don't know. The other thing about the scene is Lambda's interesting character. I thought she was a tsundere. I think I am very wrong. She's acting like a yandere. I'm so confused. I don't know. I can tell if she's just playing a character or if she genuinely feels that way about Brinkcastle. But in any case, these witches are such amazing actors, and may they win the Oscars soon. And after that, really, reading about what happened 12 years later, with Eva lying on her deathbed as a sole survivor, I just can't see her as the culprit anymore. Even though Battler knew that Eva was a murderer, even when Eva's siblings saw her saw her Beatrice as Eva, and Hideyoshi too, I just can't see her as the murderer. I can get killing everyone else. Maybe Eva has that in her, but her precious family too? I think it's impossible unless, she was in an impaired state, maybe. But Battler's absolute certainty versus my own feelings as I watched dying Eva grow bitter about losing her family, I just can't understand it. Maybe there was a murderer escape. Maybe Eva had to kill her family, but would she? I just don't think she would, unless under extra special circumstances. At this point, I'm not sure if we're still debating over who the real culprit of episode 3 is. I mean, Battler is so certain, and everyone else seems certain that it's Eva, but I don't know. I'm just so confused about this. Anyway, that aside, I also see the parallels between Eva and Kinzo's state in their last years, and that both of them are so paranoid and hateful. And of course, we have to talk about Angie and Brinkcastle. And I guess I'll end off with Angie and Brinkcastle. I mean, Angie is from the future, and Brinkcastle brought her into the past of 1986. She jumped off the building and landed in the past? Is that what happened? She broke some window? Because in the last ending the scene, she broke through something, right? And there was like glass breaking, I think. But what if we go back and we saw that there was no broken glass? And everything is all part of Battler's imagination. I think I'm gonna sleep on this and try my best, but no promises that I will be able to come to any conclusion. I just only hope that I can solve this story before we start the answer arcs. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. How confused were you? Were you as confused as I was? Because I definitely am super confused. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!